at Zach Hill, his question is, did you actually watch the show when it was on?
I like this one.
Honestly, I was a Lizzie fan.
Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of here.
So good.
I'm kicked off the podcast.
Would it be weird if I said I was a Lizzie fan?
Yes, because okay.
I actually met her sister Haley once.
I first of all, I fucking love Haley Duff.
Yeah.
Haley Duff lives in Austin. You know that, right?
No, but
she's like my fucking neighbor.
I had that tanning salon for a while.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
I had a tanning business.
Yeah.
Solar powered tanning and spa business was one of my first ventures after the show.
Do you remember?
Yeah, spray tan.
No, for my wedding.
Oh, what happened? I don't remember.
Okay,
Did Lauren spray you?
Yeah, the cute girl that you liked.
Yeah,
the Mormon one?
No. I dated her though.
Yeah. She was cute.
Yeah, she's super cute. She's super cute.
Listen. I call him up. I'm like, because we were working together for a little bit, a little bit, and it was like I knew he had this really awesome tanning salon and whatever. So I was, getting married. And I didn't even know if you still had it. And I don't even know, maybe you did just recently sell it or something. Yeah, or you were in the process of selling it.
I sold it in 2014 or 15.
Right. Yeah. We were just about getting married. Yeah, so it was right at that time. You're like, oh, I'm not even really there anymore. He was like, but you know what? He's like, go ahead and get a spray tan on me. And I was like, oh my God, you're so nice. Thank you so much. And I got a spray tan from his salon for my wedding.
Yeah. Well, we had Haley Duff come through. We had Miley, Cyrus, and her mom would come through all the time.
That's so random.
I know it was the weirdest thing, but it became the spot.
It's solar powered tanning salon.
Yeah. Solar tower
in California.
How come I never went, Nick? I never got an offer to come get tanned up.
That's like selling like bubble gum at the Lockjaw Ward. Like
and who else? Oh, we had Snookie come in.
It's crazy. You didn't have Snookie. Did you really have a tanning salon?
She'd have kept you in diamonds and furs.
I've done some weird things, guys. I've done some weird businesses just for the hell of it.
That's really cool.
But Miley Cyrus and her mom. I forget her mom's name.
Were you there?
But not always, but I was there from time to time. Well, I was given, it was so funny. Miley came in with her mom once, and I would talk to her mom a lot because, Miley was like a kid.
Her mom's hot.
Her mom's cute. And I was giving her mom a massage.
Bet you were.
This might sound weird, and it is. But I was giving her mom a massage in the lobby once, and Miley was sitting there watching, and she's like, that's gross. And she's like, I want one. I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen.
Oh, God.
I mean, I would now, but that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
You're going to break her.
That's my little name dropping.
You're going to break her achy breaky heart.
But Haley went to your...
Haley, yeah. And actually...
consistently?
Yeah, she was a client for a while. We had so many. It was wild.
You had really good real estate. That's
great real estate. The gal who was the girl from American Beauty?
Your mom?
My mom?
It's a joke. I do this
That's
with my husband
terrible.
all the time. I'm going to start throwing your mom jokes.
No, it was not Meg Ryan.
It was Mila Kunis. Not Mila Kunis.
No, it was not.
The other one. No.
Yes, it was.
No, it was not Sorvino.
No,
it was the
not.
other one that's like Russian, but not Russian.
Yes. The one who has the roses drop.
Not Mila Kunis.
The rose petals on her body.
Yeah, that's her. Yeah.
She used to come in. Actually, Mila Kunis did come in.
Yeah?
Yeah, we had a crazy roster of people that came through that spot.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was I think of all the businesses I've known you to have, that was seemingly very, very, like you could have kept doing that.
Well, I'll tell you the one thing that I learned most about doing that business, and it's the best advice I could give anybody that wants to venture off into something, is if you don't like talking about it, you shouldn't be doing it. That's what I learned. And I did not care to talk about tanning
and
ever.
He was so sweet. I remember we were talking about my interests, because we were doing the acting class thing, and it was we knew that it was something that was temporary, but we were trying to grow it. And then we talked about how I really wanted to open up a spa. And he was like, well, why don't you start small? You could do a nail salon right next to my tanning salon.
I actually thought about doing, yeah.
Do you remember that? You were like, because he goes,
trying to turn into
he goes, nail salons are actually really, they generate pretty consistent business. And like, we don't have a nail salon in this strip mall yet. And he started to get me thinking about that. But yeah, you're a very smart businessman.
Well, no, it was, hey, I'm learning as I go through it. But yeah, that's the most important takeaway from that is if you don't like talking about it, you shouldn't be doing it.
Do you follow like businessmen online? Do you like who are your financial mentors and stuff?
I honestly don't follow anybody. I feel like it's one of, I think my shortcomings actually is that I don't really, I like to read, but I'm not interested in kind of the hype or what's in vogue. I just kind of like to learn by doing. Trial by fire has always been my way.
That's truly though the entrepreneurial spirit when you think about it. It's like I don't want to compare myself to anybody. I just want to go.
Yeah, and I tried that when I started. I tried kind of like replicating a model that I thought would do what I wanted to do, which is create, passive income. And there's models at work, and so you can kind of replicate those, but it's ultimately unexciting, and there's not a lot of passion behind it.
Okay.
And now it's about what can you create that is like truly authentically you.
Okay.
And find some joy doing that.
Until you have kids, and then you're like, I will
and
sell out for the highest bidder.
Exactly. Well, that's why you guys are all having kids before me, so I can just jump on your sellout train.
Steven's not. So I did watch the show when it was on, interestingly enough, but it was not as enjoyable as I feel like it probably was for everyone else, right? I think I was watching it and kind of stuck in the mindset of like, how are they branding our show? Is it getting a good time slot? I tried to get I was very competitive when I was watching it, and then I was always so critical of myself. Although I did watch a lot of the cuts in Greg Hobson's office, who is our main editor, and I fell in love with editing. And now I've always been fairly decent at editing, but I'm not great at computers. But like I'm pretty good at editing, and I attribute that to sitting in, the cutting room floor with Greg a lot of times just to kind of vainly watch myself. But he just watching an editor work, especially as a young person, is really fascinating.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I really enjoyed being in the editing room a lot of times.
Well, you get an appreciation for, I think that's one of the things an actor can always benefit from is when you realize that so much happens before you ever even step foot on a set. And all that happens after you're done filming, there's so much more work involved.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just a tiny, tiny little piece of that puzzle. An important piece, but you're just a tiny piece of it.
You know what I used to love is watching dailies. The day
dailies.
You remember the dailies?
Let me watch dailies.
Yeah.
They used to watch dailies
Yeah.
in our craft service room. Do you remember that? They would wheel in a TV and they'd have the tapes.
The
that
table
they would
read
burn
room.
To.
Yeah, we would eat in the table read room.
I was never invited.
For our listeners, the dailies are kind of like just the rough takes from the day. And you get
Were
to
they
watch.
daily or like a couple times a week?
No, they were dailies.
I feel like they became weeklies.
Yeah, you get
yeah.
to watch what has been shot throughout the day. Just to kind of play back your performances.
But the EPs are the ones that are watching it because I think they're trying to make sure that the notes are taken from a lot of notes from the network.
Well, and they definitely don't want the actor. I mean, you might be able to watch it as an actor, but they don't really want bunch of actors sitting there watching the dailies.
It's not your
every day.
business.
It was so interesting,
though,
being a fly on the wall and just hearing what they were saying. Because
brutal, dude.
A lot of the times they'd forget that you're in the room.
And they were brutal.
Yeah, it is brutal.
Dude, the dailies were
God,
brutal.
Donnie sucks.
They'd be like, why the fuck did he do that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's ridiculous. There he goes again.
Yeah,
It's like they were really, they were harsh.
Yeah.
But that's the only way you're gonna learn. You're not gonna learn from someone buttering you up. A lot of
Fair
times.
enough. Fair enough, man.
I never watched the show back then.
Did you even have Disney Channel because it wasn't like an accessible channel?
No, I definitely didn't have.
Yeah,
Disney
I remember
Channel.
we had to buy it at our cable station.
Yeah, I didn't have Disney Channel.
Channel.
In general, I was kind of like, I just did not like to watch too much television. I was anti-television, so I didn't really watch it. I would see it from time to time. I'd go home to my parents' house and would happen to catch it there. And it's always fun when you accidentally catch the show.
Oh, because it was on for your nephews and nieces?
Yeah,
and
like that was
they watched you?
That was fun to experience it that way, but I try to make a point never to watch it. But and ever since then, I don't think I've ever sat down and watched the episode.
I really think you said something super interesting there that a lot of people I don't think really understand that aren't really in the entertainment business. You said you're not really into television, even though you were a television actor for the longest time, right? Isn't that what do you think that's just like taking your homework with you? Or what is it, man?
It is an interesting disadvantage, I think, in some cases, because there are some acting schools out there, acting teachers out there that think it's really important that you watch what's on air, what's on TV,
right?
So that you get an idea of the style of comedy that's popular right now, know who's working on what shows, kind of like what the
Right.
tone of certain shows are. Like that is part of your homework. If you're going out and you're auditioning for this stuff, you want to know what they're doing.
Thanks so much for watching this episode of the Even More Stevens podcast. For clips from our pod, go ahead and check out the PodCo YouTube channel. Links in the description.